Today we're going to start off with the site plan and finish up with the draft subdivision plan. Subdivision means we're going to separate a single parcel of land into separate allotments or sections. So let's dive straight in. Let's go into our site plan. From here, we'll just want to set up a layer combination. Let's go new. We'll go subdivision plan, call this one test. We'll go OK. And we just need to create a subdivision layer. Labels. OK, we'll also call this one test, and we'll go OK. From here, we'll want to go through to our view map, and we'll create a duplicate of our proposed site plan by holding in Control and dragging the view map down. We'll right click on this view and we'll relabel it to Subdivision Plan Test. We'll go OK. From here, we'll just want to right click, go to view settings, change from the layer combination from site to the one we just set up, which is going to be Subdivision Plan Test, and we'll go OK. Nothing's changed, but that's what we're going to jump onto now. So we'll go Control L. We'll make sure that Subdivision Plan Test, this one we just set up before, is selected. We're going to select all the layers, then hide them. Then we're going to go Update. So everything is hidden now. So what we'll want to do is just make sure that our subdivision plan label that we just set up, that layer, we've got that one turned on. We'll go Update, and we'll also want boundaries set so it's on. So we'll go Update for that one too. We'll go OK. And we'll notice a lot of things have disappeared. Now, if yours hasn't been set up like this, basically all we need to do in your site plan, everything else is going to be set to, say, your survey layer. We'll just want to make sure that your boundaries, your boundary dimensions and bearings, as well as your street name, and I also like to put in the actual street itself, we'll make sure all of those things are set to boundary. Now, I'll just delete the example from earlier. We'll go back to our draft subdivision plan. So we've got our boundaries as well as our street. For this one, it's going to be a battle X block, which means we're going to have a handle that comes down the bottom, which we're going to get access for our car, and the remaining block at the back. So let's go back through to our site plan. I'll take this boundary just here. I'm going to offset it up to say 3.5 meters. I'll drag that one to the front. I'll just select it using Alt, picking up that line, and I'll just draw this one up through from here. I'm going to offset this one, say, let's see what 3 meters does for us off this rear one here. I think that'll subdivide it roughly evenly between the two blocks. Now, because this is set to boundary, these lines that we've just done, they're going to show up when I go into the subdivision plan. So from here, I'll just crop off the line here, holding in Control, the little snip tool will pop up. And I'll crop this one down here as well, and this one here just as well. There we go. All right, let's see how much area we've got for each of the different blocks. So we'll go to the fill tool. We're just going to go drafting fill, set this one to, say, a solid fill, and we're just going to go white, hold in spacebar, and we'll press it on our first lot, and then press it in for our second lot. We'll select both the fills that we just created, and we'll go show area, which is this one just down here. Excellent. So this one here, and this is our area for this block here. So let's grab this one, drag it on over. So we've roughly got a similar amount of area for each block. Next up, we'll want to label each of these blocks. We'll just go into the text tool. Now, we don't want this to show up on our site plan, and this is where we're going to go to layer, and we're going to make sure subdivision plan labels, we've got it selected onto that one. So when I double click and type in lot, make sure it's capitals, go lot base 1. It's rotated there at the moment. Let's just go to 0. There we are. That's a bit better. Let's drag that one on down. So this is our lot 1, and then we'll drag this one on over, and this is going to be our lot 2. That one's done. So we've got lot 1 and we've got lot 2. Next up, we're going to want to start adding in measurements at each of our lines that we've just created. So using the text tool, I'm going to bump this one down to say 2. Double click, and let's just type in the number there. For the moment, quickest way I've found is just clicking and dragging up, and we'll hit tab, and we'll go copy, and then from there, I'm just going to paste that number into there. So everything's measured in meters. If it's 24,000, it's going to be 24 meters. So I'm going to take this, I'm going to rotate it, and roughly center it within the line that we just created before. There we go. I'm just going to duplicate this one, bring it down to this one that we created here. I'll center it and just do the same thing. So I'll grab this line here, just bring it all the way on over. I'll hit tab and we'll go Control C. We'll double click the label just there and we'll paste that one in, and we'll put in our decimal point just so it shows that it's in meters. We'll want to do this for all the different areas that have been divided, including the lot handle just here. So we'll take this one, drop it on down. Now we did this one at 3.5 meters, but because it's at an angle, what we'll find if I click this one and drag it up, it's a little bit different, but we still need to show it accurately. So let's copy this one, delete this one and paste that in. We'll go dot 3.54 meters. We'll want to create one for this line here because this one line has been divided into 2 lines. So it's this one here as well as this one here. So I'll grab this, drag it on up, we'll go copy, and we'll paste that one in, and we'll go decimal point. We'll always want to double check and make sure these two numbers add up to the total of the boundary number just here. So if we bring up the calculator and type in 24370 plus 3554, enter, 27924. We have one more that we'll need to do, which is this one and this one just here. Following the same process, I'll duplicate this one up, grab a measurement, paste it in, decimal point, bring it on over, and same thing for this one just here. Paste that in, decimal point. Hey, there we go. One thing I always like to check is on our proposed site plan that we haven't got all the various things showing up incorrectly. So at the moment, we haven't got those numbers, so that's all looking good. This line here, I want to make this clear that it's the subdivision line. So I'm going to select both of these and I'll turn it to a fine dash line. We'll go back to the subdivision plan. That's changed, and it's very clear now where we're subdividing on the lot. We'll go back to our proposed site plan. Sometimes I find dimensions are handy, just at the initial concepting stage, just so that people know how much backyard space they've actually got to work with, but that's just a preference thing. So back to subdivision plan. From here, we'll want to place our drawing on the layout. So we'll go to the layout book just up here, and we'll go down to create a new layout. We'll call this one Subdivision Plan. We'll go create. And from here, I'm just going to go back to the view map, grab our subdivision plan that we just created earlier, and place it on here. I'll just go to my layout settings and quickly change this one back to A3, and we'll go OK. There we go, that's better. All right, I'm going to crop the drawing to the frame, bring this one down, bring the title up underneath. Now we've got this lowercase at the moment, rookie move. So I'll just go back, right click, and I'll rename this one. There we go, that's better. Let's go to our drawing. Just going to bump it up so it's a little bit bigger. Let's go to say 180. There we go, that's better. If you'd like access to this ArchiCAD file or any of my other tutorial files, it's all available on my Patreon page, which I'll have a link to down below. It's where I put all of my ArchiCAD files, adding new ones with each tutorial. If you're sick of bulky, hard to navigate ArchiCAD files, then I think you'll really dig these template files. There are limited spots, so make sure you don't miss out. If you like this video, you'll want to check out this one just over here.